I'm going to critique the part 2 of the jungle mansion and then give it an Arvin score at the end of the video. So if you ever decide to buy, design, or remodel property yourself, you won't make the same mistakes. I'm Arvin Haddad. I'm the guy who makes sure you have the highest resale value when you buy, design, or build a property yourself. Let's watch the video together.
There's a nice covered seating area here. 2 couches. TV's nicely recessed in. You have your built-ins, fireplace down below. I also like how they used stacked stone behind these open shelves with LED lighting.
This is actually one of my favorite spots in the backyard. When we first got here, I flew the drone and I sat back there for about 45 minutes. It was very relaxing.
It's a pretty cool spot.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear what just Mikey said? He said it subconsciously, and I've dedicated my life into reverse engineering goosebumps to 10 principles of quality and the relationships between these principles to deliver the highest resale value of how buyers feel so they will pay you the most when you bring your property on the market. What he just mentioned is the fundamental fact that when you have an individual in a really big space, it's grand, it's enjoyable. But when it gets lonely, you want to also provide a very cozy, covered space that makes the person feel protected. And Ramtin has done this in this property on the outside, not so much on the inside.
Now we're in the center of the backyard. Look at this pool, glass front, sunken seating area. Pool looks very inviting. You have your lounging beds. And now let's go to the other side. Your raised hot tub. Look at the water feature that's behind that. Adding some tranquility to this backyard. And before we check out the pool cabana, I want to mention we have a full bathroom here for your backyard. Now, let's check out this amazing space. Bar in the center. You have your built-ins on the back. Barbecue, pizza oven, fridges down below, ice maker, sink. Massive screen that is nicely incorporated to the wall. This section is partially covered, and then you have additional outdoor seating area here, and this water feature, and this crazy home that's right behind me.
Okay, I really like this, and it's not because of the stain color on the wood. I'm not a big fan, but the developer here has really delivered on this oasis jungle vibe. I haven't seen a property in recent times in Los Angeles, which is pretty dry climate, to have this much greenery, this kind of a resort vibe feeling and energy. And this beautiful waterfall that he's created, it really doubles down on it. It really gives you that feeling even when you see it in person. And I like that. I like the fact that from the beginning, you promise a property that is going to be something, and you follow through all the way to the end, to the backyard, the experience, the finishes. It has a theme, it has a palette, and he's delivered. You might not like this and that, but the theme is there, right? It makes you feel a certain way, and I salute that.
There's actually one more detail here I want to mention. Look at these vents. It allows the air to come into the space, but it blocks the light.
Yeah, that did the trick. What are you talking about? The air is coming from every direction, and there's an overhang on the other side to protect the light. What a bunch of nonsense. It's a design element to match the opening on the top. It's not a vent.
All right, Michael, let's continue. Landscape here looks absolutely gorgeous, and then we have the steps here taking us to another landing point. Look at the way this space feels as we're walking to the other side of the property. Every single place, every single corner you look, you have a plant or a tree, and you have these steps here taking you to a putting green, which is always a fun touch.
Yeah, and it's another signature Ray Nasrati detail right there, you know?
He puts it in all of his homes. Now, welcome to the pickleball court. Come on, does it get any better? It's basically ping pong on a bigger scale. And how private is this backyard? You don't have any neighbors.
You don't have any neighbors? It's really private? I object. There is a massive mega mansion being built right above this property, which was a huge concern for my client when I showed this property. And beside that property, there are also other properties around this ridge that get some angles into this backyard. Now, all of it is not exposed, but there are privacy issues with this property.
And then if that wasn't enough, you have this massive Buddha statue, which is also a water feature to add more tranquility to this backyard. Super cool.
It's really relaxing, but this is the part I've been looking forward to right here.
Take a look at this Michael Jordan branded basketball court. This is cool.
This is incredible.
Okay, let's give credit where it's due. Ramtin has been really good and consistent throughout most of his projects to make them fun and active. He always has half basketball court, putting green, golf simulator, sometimes bowling alley, game room, movie theater. He goes on and on and on to make sure the new owner would get excited. And he does that in almost all his projects.
This feels like we're in a jungle though, on a basketball court. It's really nice.
It is super nice, and we also had the privilege to tour Michael Jordan's home in Chicago. What an experience that was.
Okay, if you haven't seen my critique of Michael Jordan's video, I will link it at the end of this video.
Now we're gonna continue our tour with this bedroom on the second floor. King size bed, hardwood floors, built-in cabinetry. This room actually is front facing, comes with its own balcony too, and we have the full bathroom right here with a walk-in shower and a floating vanity.
After the maid's room, this was the worst bedroom in all of the property, and it doesn't have a walk-in closet.
Now before we exit, gotta love this built-in desk area as well.
That's not gonna work out well if anyone opens the door. It's like optically looks good, but not practical whatsoever.
Now on the other side, we have another spacious bedroom that comes with a queen size bed. Of course, you have your full bathroom, and this bedroom here, which is the second bedroom on this floor, is facing the side.
It had a pretty small walk-in closet too.
Going back to the hallway, we have the laundry room here. Let's go have a quick look. You have your washer and dryer, built-in cabinetry. Even the laundry room gets a corner window.
Yeah. We brought our gear up here and we were like, this laundry room's too nice. We can't put our gear in here. We have to go in there and walk in on camera.
Is it? Why is the washer and dryer sticking out? They just got their measurements wrong on this one, I think. They thought we were in Europe.
Now, let's go back. We have the third bedroom right here. This one is facing the backyard. You again have your queen size bed, balcony that faces the backyard, walk-in closet, full bathroom, everything you need. And this is the third bedroom on this level. Now, we're on the bridge right now, and let's take a close look at this living moss wall design. Look at the skylight that's above us, bringing so much natural light, which is the light needed to feed these living moss walls. Then you have chandeliers above. The drop here where you can look down to your great room. This is fantastic. And look at the design palette here as well. Pretty crazy.
I hate them. I hope he never does this again. And it's funny because he's actually anchored this in all his projects. It's just so cheesy. This never happens in nature. These geometric shapes just never happen. If he at least made a kind of a natural orientation, randomness to it that looks more believable, it would have been an argument. But this to me is just cheap.
Now, let's continue our tour. We're at the staircase landing now. Primary bedroom is on our left-hand side. This bedroom is absolutely insane, over 3,000 square feet, and we're gonna see that in a second. And the door here takes you up to the rooftop deck. We're gonna tour that last. Now, let's check out this wing, and the first space we're gonna cover is the office. We have the desk here, wood paneled walls, open shelving, fireplace to cozy up the space, nicely decorated and furnished. And I like that it has a glass enclosed section up front, so you get more natural light here.
I hate that. I think that's a big mistake, and I don't even like the location of the office. And when you put a glass door in front of it, you expose it to the outside. This is a family house. You're gonna have kids running around everywhere. You won't be able to get any work done in this office. If you're placing your office on the second floor, it has to be at an end of a wing where it's completely isolated and there's no foot traffic there if you actually want to get things done. And then you also should try to find a way to give it accessibility to the outside so people can come to your office without going through your property.
Now, let's continue our tour. Last bedroom on this level, besides the primary bedroom, I really like this art piece here. Yeah. Made out of cardboard.
I just realized what it was made out of as you said that.
It's creative.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Built-in desk here, more open shelving. Look how spacious this room is. Obviously comes with a king-size bed, but this can easily be another office. I love the corner exposure because we have two massive picture windows, and one of the windows actually has a door that opens up to a wraparound balcony. And you have your full bathroom with a beautiful stone walk-in closet. Bedrooms are very, very spacious.
I wouldn't call them very, very spacious. This one was, but the rest of them were not. I really thought there were two good kids' bedrooms. This one and the one right next to the green wall on the other wing. The other two bedrooms at the end, not so good.
Now, let's check out the 3,000 square foot primary bedroom. I want everybody to get the full experience. That's why we're gonna start off at the entry. Of course, You have a pivot door that opens up to the room. Come on in. First, we have the seating section of the primary bedroom. You have your couch, coffee tables, double-sided fireplace, TV above, beautiful wood clad ceilings, and you even get a really nice size balcony that faces your backyard. It also comes with a fire pit. More built-ins on this side, and this is just the seating section of the primary bedroom.
Because we didn't have an upstairs living room, a big landing area, or an area where the kids could do their homework. And to me, this is a negative because on most of these mega mansions, the primary bedrooms are big enough where they accommodate a seating arrangement, a TV, and give enough privacy for their parents to hang out there if they want some privacy. So when you include it into your primary bedroom, you take the privacy out of your primary bedroom, and then you're going to have kids here all the time, where if you have it separate, you still can hold your privacy and really easily access the kids area, the upstairs living area, from the primary suite.
Now you go this way to the bedroom itself and look at the scale here. You get your king size bed with a nice bed frame on the back. Then you have your paneled walls as well as ceilings to give more warmth to the space. Multiple seating areas, and you even have a bar here with a Miele coffee maker, fridge down below, and look how big this bedroom is.
Do you see what just happened? The primary suite had the square footage, coffee machine, seating arrangement to give a hangout area for the couple to have privacy in. But because of that skylight, it positioned that volume of allocated upstairs living area right next to the primary suite, so they enclosed it, because otherwise, there would be a zoo out there with the kids watching TV, screaming at each other and all that stuff. So that skylight forces this issue. I prefer designs where when you come up the stairs on the landing area, there's a massive space for upstairs living area where everyone congregates and it's in a central position, not outside the door of the primary suite.
And over here we have the first closet. This one is the small one. I can't believe I'm saying this because it's actually a really good sized closet. Obviously the entire system is on tracks. That way you can adjust the height of these drawers, open shelves or hangers however you like. You have an island in the center, chandelier, and this is the first closet. Second one is twice the size of this one.
Okay, this closet was marketed as his closet, and it was just the amount of space. Not the most high-end cabinets, but you had the island and everything else. If you actually put your clothes in there without the, compartmentalization of the cabinets and the glass doors, it doesn't look this pretty, but overall, it gets the check mark from me.
Let's check out the primary bathroom. It feels like I'm going into a lobby. Look how spacious this bathroom is. Look how little I look here.
It's massive.
It's massive. 2 water closets off of the entry. We have the first vanity here, and the reveal detail or the front of this vanity is actually almost all stone, which is not something we see quite often. And on the back, we have this book matched stone behind the mirror that resembles a heart.
Yeah.
What a waste of money. Did you notice this? They've put the mirror in front of it because they didn't plan for this, right? They're like, oh, this is really beautiful. Let's get, 8 slabs. 2 for the shower and 2 behind each vanity. And then they forgot they're going to put a mirror in front of it. By doing this also, you take away the oomph of the ones in the shower. Like, you don't have to waste money like this. The other element is that when you do have this primary bathroom suite that is this large and you've committed to this theme of jungle earthy tones, when you make the floors white, it really stands out. It makes it more like a laboratory. I would have 100% recommended to continue the hardwood floors. It would have made it more earthy and a continuation from, the living quarters. It would have looked actually better than this.
All right, I'm going in to this walk-in shower. This might be the biggest walk-in shower we've ever seen.
Yeah, this is absolutely massive.
Mikey, come on in with me.
Yeah. I mean, we could fit the whole crew in here, no problem.
Yeah, it's all stone clad. Obviously, you have your rain head above, shower head on this side, handheld, steam feature, and a built-in bench.
Beautiful, right? Like, that was enough. You didn't need to buy 4 extra slab and then put mirrors to block them and take away the oomph of this. And you would have saved enough money to join the inner circle. I'm raising my prices by $10,000 in 2026. If you're serious and really want to save money and have a better resale value at the end and a lot less headache, faster decision making, I would love to be that resource to you. Here's a link. I'll talk to you soon.
Now, let's continue. We have the other vanity on the other side. Design elements are pretty much the same. Big stone countertop, cabinetry on the bottom, and then we have the freestanding tub here against this glass wall, looking down to your backyard.
I don't think that's the right tub for here. That black came out of nowhere. It's a little too industrial for this design.
Now, let's check out the main walk-in closet. Come on in. Tell me if this closet is not massive.
Yeah, we keep saying that, but like, how can we not? The scale of everything in this house is absolutely huge.
Massive island in the center.
This could be the selling point of this house. I mean, for an LA property, this is like so much space. You get a ton of natural light coming in. Fantastic. The closet space for this mansion is top tier. I've seen better finishes, but the allocation of space is really, really good.
And there's actually an exterior door that opens up to a balcony with a fire pit where you can enjoy your backyard.
That the neighbor right above you, the massive house, has a line of sight to. When you're planning to purchase a property, you should knock on the doors of the neighbors, talk to them and find out what's going on. You can actually look in the city if they've pulled permits, if the house right next door is going to be torn down and you're going to deal with 2-3 years of construction, the first 3 years when you live there. Always do your due diligence before purchasing a property.
Welcome to the rooftop deck. We're gonna start our tour with this section, outdoor dining area, really nice bar with some bar seating. And then we have the skylight over here, which is massive. This is the section that brings natural light to the great room on the first floor. And continuing our tour, another outdoor seating area with an L-shaped fire pit, another one on the other side, and your rooftop deck continues. Lounging beds, more outdoor seating. The scale of this rooftop is insane. And you have your outdoor TV here. Look at the backdrop.
So usually what do you see on the roof? You come on the roof and you'll go ahead and you'll see air conditioning and just a big mess with that, right?
Yeah.
This is another outdoor space. And it's an expensive outdoor space.
I was just gonna say, just leaving it as a roof would save you so much money and so much headache too. As soon as you make it a usable space, now you gotta worry about waterproofing differently. You have safety measures, you need to frame it differently. It's so much more work. I always try to emphasize this. Anytime we see a rooftop deck, just letting you know, developer really went out of their way to make sure that you get this outdoor space. But I feel like you're always about maximizing and giving as much as possible.
Definitely. It could be just, whoever's living in the house, could be the kids coming up here. Hey, you're having an event, you want to go ahead and come up here and just have your event upstairs. I mean, you could have a beautiful event up here for over 100 people easily.
Yeah, and they still have to go through your house because he's making it sound like there's a separate entrance to this area from the outside, and there wasn't. You have to go through the living room, go upstairs, past the primary suite and the office, and take the stairs to come over here, and there's no bathroom. Come on. That's not going to fly. At the same time, you're like an amphitheater. The whole valley's looking down on you. It doesn't have the privacy to give you that vibe. And the backyard was awesome. Why wouldn't you do that in the backyard? You had a half basketball court you could have converted. You had a pickleball court you could have converted for an event. This is not the place to have an event.
How do you assure that this space is safe?
So one thing that changes is the whole structural. Right now you're going full steel.
Yeah.
Right, so just the cost to be able to go, if we were not going to go ahead and do a roof deck and holding the weight of over 100 people, you're probably saving close to maybe $1 million.
There you
easily.
Go. That's in just construction costs alone.
Definitely, construction.
And there's time delay and all that other stuff.
I mean, the whole 9 yards, but just the whole structural design of it between lumber and steel, right?
Yeah.
Which is a big price difference. And then all the finishes with the waterproofing going on over here and all the wood decking and everything else that has to happen.
I don't buy it. You had to use steel anyways because you were going for this wide span which looked really good on downstairs to have no columns, right? So they were gonna use steel to build this property anyways. They had to. You couldn't use lumber to give this big openings. And when they had done that, they were like, we might as well use the rooftop. I wouldn't have suggested it because there's still costs associated with, finishing it, waterproofing it and all stuff. And I don't think this area would actually be used. And to me, when I saw the property, it wasn't a selling point. Okay, let's give it an Arvin score. Location, I'm going to give it a 6 and I'll tell you guys why. It's too far up the mountain, okay? Brentwood has a lot of traffic issues. A lot of people who live in Brentwood work in Beverly Hills or Century City, and crossing the 405 is a nightmare. So being too far up the mountain adds traffic time to that. And also, you're not close to the Brentwood Country Mart or the Farmers Market, where a lot of people really congregate and spend time during the weekend. And that to me is a negative. Lot quality. It's a big lot, but towards the end of it, it's not flat. I'm still gonna give it a 9. Lot utilization. You have a huge backyard, you have good side setbacks, but you don't have a good frontage or private driveway. I'm gonna give it an 8. Privacy. You have good side setbacks with your neighbors, but again, being at the base of a valley and having houses to have a direct line of sight to your backyard is a negative. I'm gonna give it a 6. Lot orientation. You're west facing and you're at base of a valley where the mountains around you block your sunlight. I'm gonna give it a 6. Architectural style. The back facade was really typical. The front facade, he actually tried to give it some significance. I'm gonna give it a 6. Views. It's not a view property, but I'm still going to give it a 2 because how lush that valley was. It really made it look like you do have some sort of a jungle view or a forest view, but be aware of fire risks because you're at the base of a mountain. That's never a good thing. It's still going to get a 2 point for me. Layout. You had the wow factor when you walked in. You had 5 bedrooms upstairs, 1 downstairs. You had all these movie theater, all these elements that you would actually use on the first floor, which I really, really liked. And for that reason, I'm going to give it an 8. Scale and volume. That first room, that family room and the kitchen was fantastic. Huge volume, great opening. And I'm really pleased that he allocated that space to the family quarters where you would actually use it. And for that reason, I'm going to give it a 9. Finishes. They were not really bespoke, but they were definitely luxury. But most importantly, they were in tune with the theme, with the location, with the grounds. It really resonated with that earthy jungle oasis vibe. And for that reason alone, I'm going to give it a 7. Now, here's the Arvin score. And this is the Michael Jordan video that I critique. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. It's a really cool video. And I will see you guys in the comments. Thank you for watching.